Three of our most senior players might be up for sale in the summer. INEOS is set for a massive clear out according to reports coming through from Manchester United. But is this the solution to the woes that Manchester United is facing? Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Let's get proper into it now. The three guys you're looking at right there are set to be put up on the market. Listen, INEOS is saying their strategy is going to be simple. First of all, trim this squad, reduce the wage bill, and rely more on young players, mostly between 20 and 26, but also the academy players, the Kobe Mainos, the Alejandro Garnachos. That's the plan for INEOS. Now, their work is set to begin at Carrington, and indeed, what they need to do first is to let go of players who they feel surplus to requirements, but also be able to raise funds to sign those who will replace them. Now, we know that the transfer market today is crazy. If we are going to get players to replace any player we want to let go of, we have got to have money. But the financial fair play policy dictates that for us to be able to buy, we've got to sell. Now, according to what we are getting coming through from credible sources, by the way, decent sources coming through from Manchester suggest that INEOS, I do want to first of all put most of these players 30 and above up for sale. Now, they are not happy about the whole idea of Man United giving long contracts to players who are tending towards their 30s. Now, imagine the three players you're looking at right there. However good they are, however important they are for Manchester United, Christian Eriksen is 31, Raphael Varane is 31, Harry Maguire is 31, I think, as well, over 30. Casemiro is 31. So all these players are 30 and above, but they had signed long contracts. Casemiro signed a 4-year contract when he joined for nearly £70 million, an initial 60 million, and an extra £10 million in add-ons from Real Madrid in 2022. That's how much we paid for. He signed a contract of 4 years worth just over £18 million per year. That's what Casemiro is earning. Maybe if you judge by his first season at Manchester United, you may not have qualms about him earning that money. But the reality is, right now, you might clearly see that where it's headed for him, it's on the downward, because he will not give us the maximum value for that money, will he? You look at a player like Raphael Varane as well. Signed a long contract, is ending in June next season. Of course, they have agreed not to extend it, but Varane has been earning nearly £17.6 million per year. He's still there. That's what he's earning. You look at Christian Eriksen is currently earning, he signed a 3-year contract when he joined. He was a free agent, but he is earning £7.8 million per year. Now, the three of these alone earn about just under £45 million per year. Now, that's how much money we are paying for them. But you think about it, have we got the value? Have we got £45 million value from the three of those? So this is what INEOS is saying. Their strategy is to change this, what they call wastage of money. But also, if you think about it, if Manchester United is going to attract any decent money, for them to be able to finance the transfers that Sir Jim wants to make, they have got to sell some of these players. Now, of all the three of these, probably Varane and Casemiro would warrant some decent amount of money. And by decent, I'm talking 40 million tops. I don't think we can get anything more than 40 million pounds for even Casemiro at his age, at 31. Varane, perhaps even 30. Christian Eriksen, maybe the most we can get for Eriksen could be 10 million pounds at most. So you think about it, and you clearly see that really, whereas, yes, we love these players, we can't be sentimental about them. In the summer, at the end of the season, it makes sense for us to lose them, especially Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. For Varane, in the summer, his contract will be out. So we would be losing him for free. So it means for Varane, if you are going to make any money off him, we've got to sell him now in January. The January transfer window is almost, midway or quarter way. So for you think about it, and you see how difficult a period, Sir Jim and his team are in, that INEOS is in. But United has got to raise funds now. That's the problem that we have. The biggest problem we've got if we are going to come in and buy players. So the massive clear out is there, and people, of course, we picked the whispers of what's bound to happen, but people are exactly not happy about it. Look at Harry Maguire. Yes, Maguire is fighting and proving to be important. Of course, if you're going to make money, we are not going to sell everyone. But you look at Maguire, and you clearly see that his best at United is way behind him. But he has got a long contract. He's earning nearly £300,000 per week. What do we do to Harry Maguire? Do we cash in on him now? Do we sell him now and make some money? Buy a younger striker between 20 and 26 for the future? That's another debate you're looking at. So there is a lot of cleaning that has got to be done at Manchester United if we are going to rebuild this team. But how then do we handle it? That's the multi-million-dollar question. And of course, that's why Sir Jim bought 25% of this club to solve those problems. He told the staff that for him, it is not about the money. He's not investing in Man United to make profits and make money. For him, it is to see Manchester United go back to the top. And the staff of Man United were applauding him. They were saying, this is our man, our man, our man. But you see, if you're going to change things around, things that have been going so bad for a club like Man United, you've got to bite the bullet and make the tough decisions. Now, people will feel bad about us thinking about letting go of Casemiro. I've said it before that Kobe Mainoo is the player who will send Casemiro to Saudi Arabia. I have got no issues about Casemiro, but my only issue is he's earning a lot of money and he's 31, becoming injury prone. He will not give us value for a long time going forward. So that's the real situation, guys. You've got to face it. Let us not be emotional and sentimental about this. These players have got to go. So if you ask me, I'm for selling these players, even if they sold all of them now in January. Maybe leave Casemiro. They can leave Casemiro. They can leave, but also not even only them. Players like Marcus Rashford, for me, should be sold in the summer. Players like Scott McTominay can leave now in January. So the clear out has got to be well planned. Before you even think about selling Wan-Bissaka and bringing, and this is why I was saying, Michael Olise, you want to bring in Michael Olise, but first sell these players. First is the wage bill. First get some money to buy players. We don't need to rush for Michael Olise. Let go of Wan-Bissaka, who is proving to be an improved player, by the way, can be a backup for a world-class right back we could look around and get, but maybe in the future. But first clean this squad. First trim it. Yes, we want seniority in the back line, but Varane, for me, has got to go. Raphael Varane has got to go. And I know many of you will not want to hear this, but Raphael Varane has got to go, not because he's a bad player, but because he's an injury-prone player, but he's aging. He's old. He's 31, guys. He's 31 and earning a lot of money. We've got to make way, create space. Financial fair play says you cannot have so many players earning so much money, or we cannot buy certain players when you don't have a certain amount of money. Your books have got to balance. Now, if you're going to make books balance, we've got to let go of certain players who are clearly surplus to requirements. Varane is one of them. We can do Sandro Martinez. We can do with any player. Victor Lindelof, if we've got the right midfield, any centre-back with the Sandro Martinez in there can do. It's not that Varane is a bad player, but we can do without him. We have played more games without him than we have with him. It's not like every game he has played, we've won. So it's a glaring thing. And I love that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has got the confidence to handle it, because clearly the way we've been handling players has been a huge mess. And you can have all your emotions about it. You can feel so bad about it. You can like Christian Eriksen. I love Christian Eriksen. I told you him and Kobe Mainoo against Aston Villa looked like a proper match made in heaven. But the reality is he has got to go. For us to bring in young players that we are pointing us at, the Gueras of this world, we are talking about several young players, the likes of Guera. All these players we are being linked with are good, but they can only come if we sell. And we are not going to sell Martial for £7 million and take Wan-Bissaka on loan and lose Varane for free. And then we think we are going to raise the funds to buy players. We can clean the players by waiting for them to run their contracts out and they go for free and sell a few 1, 2, 3 cheap players, but we won't have the funds to buy. So what do? Sell your assets. Sir Alex Ferguson sold Jaap Stam when he was the best defender in the world. Up to today, he played for 3 seasons in the Premier League, but everyone will tell you Jaap Stam is the best centre-back to ever play in the Premier League, but he played for only 3 seasons in the Premier League. We sold him when he was at his prime to Lazio. He didn't even want to go to Lazio himself. So these are the decisions that we've got to be making, and I love that Sir Jim Ratcliffe looks like he wants to make these decisions. So for me, selling Varane, selling Eriksen, selling Casemiro, no qualms about it, no reservations. Even if we sold all of them now, what's the worst that would happen? Would we be relegated? No. Would we finish outside the top half of the table? No. I actually think we've got the players. If the manager handles them right, we've got the players to manage. But the more important thing right now for me is to get rid of players and get some money to buy players who are going to make us title contenders in the future. Arsenal right now, you see, yes, whereas the things are falling apart, and that shake-up, like I've been predicting, was always going to happen. But the reality is, Mikel Arteta has built Arsenal on young players. He sold the Aubameyangs of this world. He let go of the Aubameyangs of this world, the Lacazettes of this world. But Aubameyang was still, playing football and looked like he could score goals. The Mesut Ozils of this world. And Arsenal looked like they progressed. They looked better. So I feel like the time Mikel Arteta let go of Aubameyang, let go of Mesut Ozil, he was at the same stage that Varane and Casemiro and Eriksen are at United now. So you've got to make the decision and know when to let go. That's the biggest problem in life. We don't know when to move. We don't know when to move on. We don't know when to let life. It's a big problem in life if you do not know when to move on. If you do not know when to let go. If you don't know when to move on in life, you will be there and you think you're progressing, but you will stagnate. And when you stagnate at some point, cannot stagnate and be there forever. When you stagnate for so long, the obvious next step to take is down. You can't stagnate for so long and then you shoot up. You'll stagnate for so long and then you head down, head south. That's what happens. So for me, that's my honest opinion. Hotspot. My name is Webb. This is the United Hotspot. The three of these and Harry Maguire are some of the players. Of course, Anthony Martial is an obvious one. These are some of the players that INEOS is looking to let go of. And if you ask me, I'm for this. Sell them if the right bidder comes.